Today on Divorce Court.
I came to divorce court because my husband and I are having problems. My biggest issue is him not being able to have a stable job.
The biggest issue is trust. I want to tell Danielle that her cheating really hurt me.
Avantes, I want you to find a better job and keep the job.
Danielle, I need you to stop acting like you're my mother.
I do want to be his wife forever. He needs to get a job. He needs to keep it. He needs to get a driver's license. I don't want to be his chauffeur for the rest of our life.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Danielle Shelton and Avantes Martin. The two of you have been together for 4 years. You have been married for 2. You have 5 children total from previous relationships. Ms. Shelton, I'm going to start with you. You've been married for a while. Things are a little rocky. Why don't you tell me what's wrong and why you've come to divorce court today?
Your Honor, I'm here because I met this wonderful young man at a grocery store. He followed me to my car. He stated that it wasn't good for a man to put her groceries up. We hit it off. It was lovely. During the course of the relationship, I realized with his age, he wasn't driving. And I found out that he could not drive. And
He didn't have a license, or he just didn't know how, or both?
Both. And so that has put a toll on our relationship. I'm doing all the driving in the family because it's only one car.
Right.
And in one instance, I got home with the children. We were tired. I was trying to get dinner started. He was at work. I thought everything was good with him. He called me and said that he didn't have bus fare and that I had to come pick him up. I had to travel about 30 minutes to go pick him up, come back home, and complete what we had already started at home. And so this is often that this happens.
Other than that, what's going on?
Well, he can't keep a job.
Well, that's a big one.
Yes, we've been together 4 years, and out of the 4 years, he's had about 9 jobs, and out of those 9 jobs, he's held each one not more than a month.
Now, Mr. Martin, I'm fairly sure that she's accurate about the driver's license, correct? You don't have one and you don't drive. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Now, she has taught me how to drive, but at one point she told me that it's not my place to teach a man how to drive. And I felt like...
And it's not my place
Stop
to
it.
keep him.
Stop.
So,
He's
I mean,
talking.
I felt like when she said that, that's kind of like being a little selfish because in a marriage, it's a 50-50 thing. You know,
Your Honor,
driving...
I tried to teach him how to drive.
She taught me 4
Several
times.
We've got behind
She
the car.
taught me
I
4
would
times.
ask him, do you want to just go around the back or go to an open parking lot and maybe drive? Sometimes he would do it, but then sometimes he would give up in the course of doing it.
Did you tell him that it wasn't your place to teach him how to drive?
I absolutely did tell him
Why
that.
do you feel that way?
Well, because I'm not his mama.
But you try to...
Well, hang on. People come to their marriage with different abilities and different disabilities, and you're supposed to merge, and where he's weak, shore him up. Where you weak, he's shore
And again,
you
that's
up.
what I tried to do. But at the same time, when I tried, he would give up in the course of me trying. And then it's not just that. I just feel like I'm being the bigger adult in the relationship with everything, like a mom role.
Right.
That's
talk
not true.
Talk about the 9 jobs in 4 years. Is that accurate?
I've never had 9 jobs. I may have had maybe 5 jobs.
More
or 6
than 9.
jobs.
Okay.
So I mean that's
How
a little.
long did you keep one? What's the longest you've ever kept a job?
A year.
29 days.
A year. A year.
What job did
That's
you keep
an
a year?
exaggeration.
What job did you keep for a year?
Since when?
I had a landscaping job I had before I even met her.
Well, yeah, exactly.
She helped me
I ain't
get
never
that
seen him
job.
keep no job more than
but
30 days.
So I mean, and then she
Don't matter before
hang on. Hey. What appears to be? I want to. You two are not young, 43 and 42, right? How come you have difficulty maintaining employment?
It could be a lot of reasons. I don't like the way people talk to me on the job, especially supervisors. I mean, supervisors can be a little anal at times. You know, sometimes I don't like to take orders, and especially on the tone.
But
I don't
Judge,
care who you are.
This is what I try to tell him. We go over this
Hold on.
Hey.
Okay.
Ain't nobody in charge in here but me.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. You may be loud and in charge at your house, but here, this is my spot.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. You mean to tell me you can't keep a job, because you don't like the way people talk to you?
I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me any kind of way because I feel like as a man, it's a certain way you talk to people. But I do understand at some point, even on the job, you gotta bend a little to take a little bit if you wanna move up in the work field. But I feel like sometimes authority, especially when people get high authority, they take it to their head and they don't know how to talk to you. I had people to tell me
Do you think that could be your problem because that there are hundreds of millions? Stop it. One of your problems is you don't know when to be quiet.
Exactly.
And part of the problem is when you're working for somebody, you got to know when not to talk. And you apparently don't know when not to talk. That's one thing. The second thing, there are hundreds of millions of fully grown, strong, able men who have jobs, who have bosses and supervisors, and they're grown enough to know that it doesn't diminish them to take orders. It appears to diminish you to take orders.
That was then. I know better now.
It's now.
Do you have a job now?
I got a job doing a little handiwork that I do for this guy, and I go to the day labor place, and I work for this guy named Blake.
Nothing permanent, nothing stable.
I realize now
You do
that I
odd jobs,
work.
is what you're saying.
You have a job,
You do
and I
odd
learned, and I also learned you got to shut up and do what they tell you to do because they in charge and it's not their business. But that was then I had that.
Yeah, you still have a little of that. Trust me.
I
I'm
do.
talking to you right now. You still got a little. You
And
still
I'm
got
not
a
gonna
lot
deny
of that.
I'm not going to deny it, but I'm not going to bend over backwards and let nobody disrespect me. However, if I feel like they're going to do it, I'm going to pull them to the side and tell them, look, man, you know, it's just the way you got to, you know what I'm saying? It's the way you
I'm
gotta talk.
exhausted
This is
already.
exactly.
I'm exhausted
How do you think I
already.
feel? I'm exhausted in 4 years.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's wrong, but I hear what you're saying. Let's move forward to some other things. I'm going to ask Mr. Martin, when we return, what he thinks is the main problem in this relationship. Mr. Martin, what do you see as the primary problem in this relationship?
She has cheated on me in the past with a friend of mine that I knew.
Now, Ms. Shelton, did you cheat on your husband with another man? Mr. Martin, what do you see as the primary problem in this relationship that has brought you here today?
I have trust issues with her.
Why don't you trust her?
She has cheated on me in the past with a friend of mine that I knew.
Tell me generally how you found out about it and what happened.
And why did I cheat?
No, wait, I'm talking to him.
Okay.
Well, how'd you find out about it and what happened?
His wife came and found me and said that your wife is messing around with my husband.
Now, Ms. Shelton, did you cheat on your husband with another man?
I did, and because of the lack thereof. He had not been coming home on a regular basis, and this had been going on for 3 years. I didn't cheat on him and just cheat on him in the beginning. I cheated on him a year after we got married. So,
well, that's not that long, I gotta say.
A year after we got married, but we had been together already for 3 years.
Right.
So he was not coming home. And when I say not coming home for
Nobody
like
wanna
weeks
come
at a
home.
time.
Hang on.
I felt abandoned. He wasn't keeping a job. He was doing this and became repetitive over and over again. I begged and pleaded with him for him to step it up and do what a husband's supposed to do because you took a vow. And so, yes, I'm not justifying that I did cheat.
But you had a reason.
I had a reason. And I had a, I felt abandoned.
Mr. Martin, were you barely there for her? I'm not saying it makes the cheating okay. The cheating was
I
wrong.
understand
That's
that.
not how you resolve a problem. That's not how you be a married woman. But I'm asking you, were you a barely there husband?
I sure wasn't because I got tired of all the argument and fussing back and forth and the shouting message about things that were irrelevant.
Give me an example of the kind of things that you would argue about.
I mean, we were
Him
arguing
not
about something.
keeping a job, that's not a relevant thing, Judge.
The driving light, the drivers,
That's
the driving
irrelevant?
license,
Right.
and other stuff.
I'm listening.
At times, she used to, you know, you did. At times, you used to accuse me of messing around, and you know that was one of the arguments. One time. And it was just little silly stuff that we would get into arguments about. Maybe I don't pay her enough attention.
That's no excuse. That's
And,
no
you know,
excuse.
No man wants to argue with a wife.
Because you should be man enough to say, okay, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to leave for an hour. I'm going to come home, and we're going to discuss this like adults.
Right.
Not go and get drunk and stay for 3 days and then call when you feel like it and expect me to have open arms. It don't work like that. So, of course, it's going to be tension when you come back.
Is that what would go on?
Exactly.
Give me an example of some other argument that you would have. What would happen and where would he go and what would he do?
We would argue about, like, sometimes I might just be too tired to drive. And I might ask him, well, you don't think you could just go up to the store and get me a soda? Well, you know I can't drive. Then we'll argue about that. It would blow up. He would leave. He would stay gone for like 3 days.
Does he just walk off? Because he can't drive.
He'll pack his backpack.
And walk off?
Yeah. He'll pack his backpack and leave and stay gone for about 3 days or to a week. One day it was almost a month. And this is ongoing. And he did this to me.
Did you have a tendency when you would argue to leave the house and not resolve the argument, but simply quit the premises?
I tried to talk it out with her. I tried to work it out. Well,
hey, listen.
Okay.
If you're like anyway like this at home, he couldn't have talked to you.
Well,
because you don't let anybody finish.
That's not true, but okay.
You don't let me finish. I'm a judge.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I tried to work things out, and I called and tried to come back home. There was still tension, of course. And when I felt like it was tension, I wasn't coming home because we would argue about the same stuff. As far as me going and taking walks and coming back, it still would be the same thing. You can't just come back into they're just adding fuel to the fire. The fire is already lit.
But guess what? He doesn't do it now.
You know what I'm saying? So
because when he realized that I can be taken away, he tightened up. I have not had that problem. Even if it was an argument, he came home. He comes home.
Well, you say no matter what, you're not getting enough sex. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna talk about that next. She feels like the burden is unequally upon her. Can you sign off on that?
But it don't have to be all her because I told her before I would learn how to drive.
Yeah, but that's
and I'm
2
not
years.
Trying to. I mean,
when are you gonna do it? Would you cheat if you felt abandoned by your partner? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court. Mrs. Shelton, you say there's no loving going on at your house. I'm not surprised, but can you tell me how long this has been a problem and why you think it's occurring?
First of all, he has a high blood pressure problem that he's not getting it taken care of. He has not been seen. I tell him over and over, just get a health checkup. He makes up excuses about it. So because of that, he has an impetus problem. And we have problems in the bedroom. And that's a lot of pressure on me because not only is he not getting up to go to work, he ain't getting it up. So,
Mr. Martin, I never make a man defend that. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
I think I need to.
But if you want to address it, I'm going to give you opportunity to do
what
so.
she's saying is true, but I'm going to tell you, it ain't got nothing to do. And I do have high blood pressure.
Right.
And I haven't took the time to check it. I will do it. But also, when you constantly argue with a man or a woman all the time, it doesn't matter, especially your wife, it takes away your sexual confidence. You can't argue with me for 3 days straight or 4 days straight and then expect me to get down with you the next day. It takes away my confidence.
But when we argue,
level.
I have sex with you because I'm not going to go out and cheat.
Like
you don't want me to cheat,
that you gonna
but then
argue
you
with
don't
me.
want to satisfy me. So what is it?
Ms. Shelton, let me ask you this. Is there any resolution to your arguments? I mean, you get to fussing. Do you think that possibly the manner in which you come across precludes you from getting anything resolved because everything is up here?
Yes, that could be possible. A lot of times I try to diffuse the situation. I would walk away or I would leave. And he'd be calling me, asking me where I'm at. Because we both agreed that we don't want to continue the argument. But then you got to understand it goes back to if you're jobbing, you're not keeping a job, you understand? You don't know how to drive. So I'm angry.
Right.
And I'm not happy. I'm not happy with part of the situation that he said that he would uphold, and he has not done it.
Into the bar. Mr. Martin, can you hear what she's saying about that? She is angry, and she admits to being angry because she feels like the burden is unequally upon her. Can you sign off on that just a little bit?
But it don't have to be all her because I told her before I would learn how to drive. I'm not trying to put all the pressure on her.
Yeah, but that's
and I'm
2
not
years.
Trying to. I mean,
when are you going to do it?
I mean, when I get
the little course takes like 6 weeks.
I mean,
the course is 2 days.
It's 2 days, but I mean, I got to come up with the money.
But he still got to learn.
Well, you said you had a job. You said you had a job.
So I have to take time.
You just spent 10 minutes convincing me you had a job.
Okay, but I still got to take time off. I'm gonna go to work first.
I just believe that he makes up a lot of excuses. I don't really think that he wants to drive.
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to drive and they have fear of driving. I'm not the only one. Everybody humping down on me.
Well, now see there, you
a lot have a fear. My
Mr. Martin, please stop talking. We can't get anywhere. Now, you just for the first time admitted you have a fear of driving. You've been going all around the maypole about why you didn't drive and it's not this, that, and this, that, and the other, when the bottom line was you're afraid to drive. If you'd have said that 10 minutes ago, we wouldn't have wasted all of this time. I could have addressed that. But you didn't cop to it.
Well, that's my problem. My confidence level of driving is not there.
Okay.
And if I said, like I say, and I specify.
Oh, I'm so done with you. Good night, nurse. Let's talk about something that'll interest me. Today's question sponsored by... What would you do if your partner refused to have sex with you? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram @DivorceCourt. What I say from here on out is not for the two of you because the two of you are not listeners. Anything I say for you is going to just skid right off the top of your heads and go out into the ozone.
I'll listen. I'm listening now.
Anybody can be angry. Anybody can avoid the things they fear. Anybody can make excuses for the things that they cannot do. Everybody can say it's somebody else's fault other than mine. But those people that do those things end up stuck in places they don't want to be. You have to address your fears because your fears are keeping you from living a productive life. And I think you're a kind of guy who has a whole lot of words and very little action to back up the words, and you got very little room for criticism because your self-esteem ain't where it should be. That's why when a boss comes at you or asks you to do something you're not able to do or doesn't speak to you in just the right tone, your very center is insulted, your manhood is implicated, and that's why you can't stay and deal. And I think that
not just
if you stop,
okay.
You're not helping him over there, blustering and blowing all day long. The guy's got a soft center, and you just pushing him over every time you get a chance. You can't argue a man into your arms. You can't nag a man into loving you. You got to lift him up from where he is.
And I've been doing that for 4 years.
Then go away.
I've been doing that.
Then go away.
That's why we're here.
Mr. Martin, you can't get better if you won't recognize where you're weak. You spend your entire life making excuses and pointing at everybody else for the failures that you know you have.
I agree.
And I'm not looking to dog you. I'm looking to hand you power. I'm looking to hand you peace. I'm looking to hand you capacity and ability. You're stuck with her because you don't like her, but you can't go nowhere because you can't afford yourself. You've got to put up with it. And instead of, being, growing while you're under the, he doesn't have the opportunity. Well, you can put him out if you want to, but instead of making it a pleasant place to be and working harder to be better while
I'm
you
the
do
one
have
that's putting
some
up with him.
And this matter is adjourned.
We didn't really get a resolution there. So what's the next step?
Well, the next step I feel is, if he doesn't get his license and if he can't keep a stable job, I just don't see myself continuing the marriage.
Do you see this working out, or do you kind of agree with her that this may be the end?
The only way I see it to be an end result, unless I improve the things that I'm lacking, but also she will also have to improve too, because it's two in a marriage. It's 50-50.